Alberta Milk is an organization that represents dairy farmers in Alberta. We do a lot of work nationally. So we do everything from working very closely with our producers on farm quota management policies around that, to milk transportation, to marketing, promotion work, governance, working with our board.
And in terms of what I do on a daily basis, I will work with both the milk transportation companies on a day-to-day basis and also with the processing companies. So I'll receive the orders on a weekly basis from the processors of the milk, and then I'll work with the transporters to make sure that the milk gets delivered on time and as ordered.
We have a responsibility to manage the milk supply and demand in the province. So not too much, not too little, delivered at the right time, not too late, not too early.
So every load of milk that is picked up off of the farm and delivered into the processor is recorded on an electronic device, on a handheld device. And prior to working with Spiria, we had a handheld device with an application. And we were at the point where that hardware in 3 of our provinces was very old. The parts of the technology were unsupported and were starting to really worry us because on a daily basis across the 3 provinces, we were missing information. And this is extremely critical information because we pay our producers and we invoice our processors based on the information entered every single day into these devices. So they're a very key part of our business to make sure that we have an extremely reliable system for being able to enter in the pickup and the delivery of milk.
I need to ensure that whoever we have leading this project with the team, that the team is comfortable. And so when the team came back and recommended Spiria as the selected vendor, that made it easy for us. And then, we saw that it ticked all the other boxes. Timing was a part of it in terms of what you had sort of put forward as a realistic time frame and then approach.
When Spiria went through and talked about the steps along the way that would be predictive and the steps that would be iterative or sprints, I saw, looking back, hindsight is 2020, I saw exactly how that benefited us every single step of the way. It was an extremely good fit with the operational team at each milk board. The approach was right, the people were right, and that was just fantastic.
When you have a vendor who is willing to go there, and you've got a client who's willing to go there, you truly become a team, right? And so you're all in this together. You're all trying to find solutions to the problem.
That was one of the things that just never ceased to amaze me with the Spiria team. It was though they were as an extension of the boards. The goals that we had became the goals that the Spiria project team had. If we happened to think about a particular change and it strayed from one of our goals, they would bring us back. And they were very invested in making sure that we were successful in the project. So that was just wonderful. And some of my most favorite parts of the sprints were when the Spiria team would challenge us and ask us more about why we did a specific process and what it was that we were looking to gain from the process. Spiria had 3 missions. Mission 1 was build us a handheld application. The second mission was to build us an administrative portal. The third mission was doing a user guide. So the collaboration was some of the most fun collaboration I've ever done on an IT project. Before they ever met with me to finalize or ask any clarifying questions, they would take each functional requirement and think of every edge case, think of everything that could go right, every little different scenario, forwards, backwards, upside down, even things that I hadn't thought of, they would think of and write down all of those specifications. So it was a really good process because of the way that Spiria really took ownership of learning our business, learning what the day-to-day life of the user of the application and administrative portal, what that was like, and what we were looking to accomplish. It was really good for a lot of reasons. I never had the ability to ask questions or pose a problem or something that I thought of more quickly because I could just write it down in the chat. And to the Spiria team's credit, they were extremely responsive and extremely caring.
I would say, from my perspective and from the GM's perspective, we got brought in at the right time to make a decision. So it was nice that we weren't asking us all kinds of hard technical questions because there was no point in that. Frankly, I didn't worry. I got other things to worry, and it's not that. That's not this. But that's nice, right?
One of the biggest things that I would say is we have a lot of confidence in the data that we're receiving. We have confidence that we're going to every day get the information that we need out of the system. And our launch was suspiciously easy. We've never had a handheld project where in the space of 3 weeks, we roll out across 3 provinces. So that was a huge mark of success that we were able to do that. We really have been able to catch up on other activities instead of spending a very big chunk of our day thinking of some of our administrative staff. And for them, it's a huge sigh of relief because we're able to develop confidence in the data, confidence in the system. As Frida has mentioned, we don't have to verify. The data is there and it's good.
But I would say a creative, critical thinking solution provider to us, who gave us the solution on time, on budget, and it achieved the outcomes we needed.
I thought to myself, I hope that we will be able to partner with a vendor that will be able to take us into some new things, to challenge us, to help us do this better. And at the same time, I knew that that might not be something that's easily found. And with the Spiria team, they just absolutely exceeded expectations. And early on in the project, I was feeling really good about Spiria and also extremely cautious because IT projects can go sideways often and without notice. And yet the Spiria team just continued over and over and over to exceed expectations. Yes, they were absolutely creative. They challenged us to take the application to new places, which was on my I hope we will be able to do this list. And they were just wonderful people. I've worked with a few other IT companies, and they're always wonderful people, but you don't always see that they're able to bring their uniquenesses and their personalities into their work. And the team that I worked with, everyone had such distinct personalities, and you could pick them out, and they brought them into their work. So I don't know exactly what it is about Spiria's culture and how you drive that, but I appreciated it, and we certainly benefited from that ability to encourage everyone to bring their talents. Be prepared to engage, and the team will jump on board with you, and you'll get amazing results in the end.
I would say something similar, which is be prepared for Spiria to become a very engaged part of the team and to challenge you. So for me, I never once heard from a hauler. I never once heard from a producer. I never once heard from anyone about there's a problem.